Hi everyone, it's Mike Munzer here. Welcome back to the Evolution of Horror, bringing you a little bonus episode to announce something really exciting that we've got coming up over the next couple of weeks. Now, if you tuned in to our 24-hour live stream last week, and by the way, thank you so much to everyone who watched along and donated. We managed to raise over £10,000 for Cancer Research UK, which is absolutely incredible. But as part of that lineup, I announced something called Final Cut, which is something that I've been working on with a couple of friends and colleagues for the last nearly 3 years now, I think. Essentially, Final Cut is a card game. It's the first official Evolution of Horror card game. It was created by board game nerd and friend of the pod Alex Ayling, and it was illustrated by our resident in-house artist Mike Lee Graham. And I am so proud of this game. We've worked on it for, like I said, nearly 3 years now, working out the mechanics of the game, test playing it with people and kind of trying out different design elements, and we're finally ready to unleash this game into the world. So Final Cut is a card game in which players compete to assemble their own personal horror movies, one subgenre at a time. The game consists of 96 beautifully illustrated playing cards, all completely original designs by Mike Lee Graham. Each card has a different character or thing on it. So you've got victim cards, killer cards, settings, and items. And players will be racing against each other to collect cards and complete their own horror movie that will consist of a victim, a killer, a setting, and an item. Each of these cards is unique, and each of these cards will also belong to specific subgenres. So one particular killer, for example, the Masked Madman card, will belong to the slasher subgenre and the folk horror subgenre. But you might collect a victim like the research scientist that belongs to the alien subgenre and the body horror subgenre. So they don't actually match. So what you're trying to do is collect a complete set that will also have matching subgenres. The more matching subgenres you have in your horror movie, the more points you will earn. And in keeping with the theme of the podcast, there's also something you can collect called an era card. There are different cards that represent specific eras of horror. It might be the video nasty era, the silent era, the golden era, the torture porn era, and these cards, if they match the subgenres you need, can also earn you additional points. There are also a whole bunch of wild cards and other tactical ways in which players can stop their opponents from completing their horror movies or find ways to score more points themselves. So it's a really nice blend of kind of luck with skill and tactics, and it's all themed around the horror genre and specifically to this podcast around tropes and subgenres within the horror genre. So I think that both Alex and Mike have done an incredible job. Alex in designing the actual mechanics of the game and the kind of theming around the game, and Mike with just the way that he's designed this and brought it to life in terms of the visuals, the colours. The artwork truly is spectacular. In fact, I think even if you're not a big gamer, you're going to want to pick up a copy of this game just to own some of this really gorgeous artwork by Mike. So I think this is a game that is suitable for novices and suitable for, you know, real board game nerds. Hopefully it should be kind of accessible to everyone. There are future plans for expansion packs, solo versions of the games, and various other plans that we've got in mind in order to expand this game. But first of all, we need to make this game happen. And in order to make this game happen, we are going to be launching a 30-day campaign on Kickstarter starting this week on Monday, the 19th of February. Now, this is where we need your help. So if you're a fan of the podcast, if you're a fan of games, if you're a fan of horror, or if you're none of those things, but you just want to support us, please do head to evolutionofhorror.com/Kickstarter, and that should take you straight to our Kickstarter page. If you're listening to this before February 19th, then sign up to our pre-launch. That way you will be notified as soon as the Kickstarter begins. But if you're listening to this after February 19th, then our Kickstarter campaign is going on right now. So head over there immediately, sign up and help us reach our goal if you can, and get your own copy of the game before it's too late, because we have a number of different reward tiers that you can support as part of our Kickstarter, and you get different kind of rewards and benefits according to which tier you sign up to. So for example, if you decide to donate £1, that's the lowest support tier, but for that you'll get a special thank you on the podcast, and you'll also get to follow the campaign with regular updates. You can go up to £10 as a donation, and that will let you download the print and play version of the game, which essentially means that you will get a digital PDF file with all of the artwork, and you can print out your own version, cut it out and play it that way essentially. But if you go up to the £22 level, £22, that's all it is, it will not only support our Kickstarter and help us reach our goal, but it will also mean that if we succeed in reaching our goal, you will get sent the official Evolution of Horror game. You get 96 beautifully printed, premium illustrated playing cards, along with a rules booklet, all inside this gorgeous illustrated premium packaging. So you'll be one of the very first people in the world to own a copy of Final Cut, the game. However, you can go higher than that. If you went up to £45 as a donation, you will get the deluxe limited edition version of the game, which essentially means that you will get the game itself, just like £22 donors, but you'll also get some exclusive additional extras. You will get an A6 booklet filled with original sketches by artist Mike Lee Graham. Some of his original kind of sketches and concept art will be in there. Your name will be put on an exclusive credit list. Essentially, there will be a printed list of credits that will contain the names of all 50 donors at this level. You'll get a sticker with the brand new Evolution of Horror artwork, which is yet to be unveiled, and all of it will come inside this gorgeous VHS box. Essentially, we've designed our own VHS box that the game will come in, again with original, unique Mike Lee Graham artwork, and each one of these VHS boxes will be numbered between 11 and 50. You won't get the first 10 unless you're a higher donor. I'll get to that one in a minute, but you'll get one of those 40 available VHSs numbered between 11 and 50. So it's going to feel very much exclusive, and this is the only time that we're going to offer this VHS packaging for the game. And let me tell you, the artwork looks absolutely beautiful, particularly for that VHS packaging for the game. Oh my god, I love it so much. So if you head to evolutionofhorror.com/final cut, you'll be able to see pictures of all of this stuff that we'll be offering you. And there's one top support tier that only 10 people will be able to join, and that's for £150. That's the highest monster tier, and that essentially means you get everything I just described. You get the game, you get all the additional exclusive extras. It all comes packaged in one of the first 10 limited edition VHS boxes, but you will also get to actually become a part of the game. So essentially, every single card has got a different character on it. There is, the masked madman, the Lovecraftian beast, the research scientist, the babysitter, the university lecturer, and all these other people, archetypes, characters. There's one character in there called the podcast superfan, and currently there's a picture of Mike Lee Graham on there, an illustrated version of Mike Lee Graham. He is the podcast superfan for people that get the normal version of the game. However, we're offering 10 people the chance to actually have their likeness drawn by Mike Lee Graham, and their face will go on the podcast superfan card. So essentially, you get all 96 cards, but you get an additional 97th card. You'll send us a photo of yourself, and Mike will draw you and illustrate you, and you will become a part of the game. And that is only available for 10 people who support us at the top tier of £150, and for that you are essentially getting a uniquely commissioned piece of Mike Lee Graham artwork. You'll get the printed version on a card, and we'll also send you a digital version as well, so you can have it as your, social media profile pic or whatever. And again, I would urge you to look at the pictures of Mike's illustrations and artwork for this game, because it's so beautiful, and I've got a feeling that a lot of people out there are going to want to have their own Mike Lee Graham version of themselves on this playing card. It's a really, really cool thing to have done. So those are essentially the different options. You can support us for £10 for the print and play version of the game, £22 for the regular version of the game, £45. This is only available to a finite number of people, where you get a whole bunch of extras, all contained in a beautifully illustrated VHS box, or the £150 tier, in which you get everything as well as a unique, bespoke, commissioned piece of artwork of your likeness or a loved one's likeness that will forever be on a Final Cut playing card. So there you go. We really, really need your support for this, because as you may know, the way that Kickstarter works is if we don't reach our end goal, then nobody pays any money and we don't get anything. But we're really hoping to make this happen. We'd really love to be able to produce copies of this game for people to be able to play it. So please, if you can, it's so important, sign up to our Kickstarter pre-launch, support the project if you can, share it with your friends and family. Please spread the word to as many people as possible. We need all of your help and support if we're going to make this happen. So I'm going to list you all the links that you need in the show notes, but essentially head to evolutionofhorror.com/final cut for more information about the game, including pictures and videos and that kind of thing, or head to evolutionofhorror.com/Kickstarter to go straight to our Kickstarter page. Sign up to the pre-launch if you're doing this before the 19th of February, or if you're doing this from the 19th of February onwards, then you'll be able to dive straight into supporting us and helping us reach our goal. Thank you so much. Stay tuned for more bonus, additional Final Cut related episodes dropping here over the next couple of weeks. We're going to be releasing a bonus episode about our favourite horror board games and a whole bunch of other really fun things coming up soon. So it's going to be all about Final Cut for the next 30 days in the world of the evolution of horror. Thank you so much for listening, and join us again very soon.